the start of a new week. Today's not the beginning of the week though, because it's Tuesday. As you've probably noticed, those of you who've been watching where I've been driving, we're now at Gargrave. I think is it Gargrave, just north of Skipton. Yeah, it's Gargrave, right. So I believe we're picking up 5 or 6 oversized pallets, and these are going to Ilfracombe in Devon. This has to be there today, so I've got here earlier than I should have done. They've told me to be here for 8 o'clock. Got here at 7:30. They actually open at 7:30, so they've got me straight in. I'm being loaded now. I've got to be there before 5. Was it 7:45 now? 7:45. 9, 10, 11. 7:45. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. And it's about, I'd say, 7.5 hours to get there. So as long as I'm out of here pretty sharpish, no delays, we should be fine. We should be aiming for about 4:15, I think. Is that right? 7:45. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we should be there in plenty of time actually. As long as I can crack on, have my break when I need a break, carry on, we should be fine on time. But you never know. That's why I got here a bit earlier as well, because I knew we'd be slightly pushed for time. The main issue, I'll not say time wise, but this section of road now from Gargrave kind of to the nearest motorway is the slowest section of road. So, but we have got options now. It's either do I go the same way back to the M65 through Colne, but it's 7:45 now, so by the time I get back round to Colne, there's always, those of you that know it, there's always a queue through Colne. So I'm thinking if I get down here back on the A65 and just stay on that past Clitheroe to Preston, jump on the M6 and go down that way. Mileage might be a little bit longer, but there shouldn't be any delays on that road. The only issue I think I might have going that way is the M6 North at Preston has been closed since yesterday, but we're going south. But I don't know if I'm going to hit traffic that's trying to get north, so we'll just play it by ear and see what happens. So as you can probably tell, they loaded me now 5 or 6 oversized pallets, and that's it. So 5 or 10 minutes and I can strap it up and we can be on our way. And hopefully this video won't be all over the show like my last couple of videos. So I've finished the last video when I parked up at Stoke, I think, and just finished it because I was going on holiday. I've been away for a week. I was in last week. I can't remember what I did. I'll probably tell you later. I should have had something yesterday. I'll not say I got messed around, but things didn't go to plan, so that got kiboshed. So I quoted this job yesterday afternoon for today due to the fact it was from here down to Devon. I'm going to get like 2 average days out of it just due to the distance. So give us a minute and then see what we can do. quick. It's now 10 to 8. I'm loaded. I'm just going to pull outside here because they've opened the shutters. And just strap it, get it strapped down. Right, 5 oversized pallets, just got them all strapped down. It's cold, but it feels like it's cracking flags today. Must be all this hard work and exercise I'm doing with my jumper. You didn't see my 6-pack then, did you, when I took my top off? I've seen a couple of your 6-packs. Well, not yours, but other YouTubers, when they take the tops off. There's loads of 6-packs on some of these truck drivers, isn't there? Right, so I've just got to inform, can you see it now? Just got to inform the customer now that I've been loaded and give them an ETA. So just give me a sec. Loaded items 5 ETA, that so let's go for R4, right, and see how we get on. That's my target, R4. So really it's a good job I've got loaded straight away. So if you ever do a job on the exchange, you've got to do this every time you pick something up. Now I don't know what we've got exactly, let's have a look. Not a clue what it is, just know it's some kind of medical stuff. Oh, give it a bit and then see if I have a 15-minute break now. All I need once we stop further down the road's a 30-minute break, so that'll save you, not necessarily save you 15 minutes, but you know, if you're sat somewhere like this having a brew, just don't have a 45 for the sake of it, have a 15, and then further down the road, obviously if you've got time, you can have your 30 then, especially when you push with time. So now I'm debating, right, back down to Skipton, across the A65, and then are we going through Colne, sitting in traffic probably, past Burnley, and then do we carry on all the way across to M6, or do we go down A56, M66 to the M60, and if we do that, do we go around the top of the M60 at the bottom of the M60 to get to either the M62 or the M6 or the the M56 and then onto the M6, or do we just stay on the 65 all the way across to Preston and down the M6? I might stick on the A65 because this time of morning, it's just gone 8 o'clock, this time in the morning, Colne's, it's not going to be gridlock, but it's going to be stop-start. Anyway, and once we're through that and down round Manchester, if we went down the M66, the M60 can be hit and miss, can't it? So I might just go straight across. This is flagging up a quicker route for me. See, this hasn't even shown up the road across to Preston. It's just telling me it's quicker to go down past Bury. Right, it's just flagged up on the M65 all the way across to M6 and down. M65 to A56 down onto the M66 to the M60. It's 2 minutes quicker. Well, let's just play it by ear. I think once you've made a decision, just do it, because if you don't, you end up going the wrong way, don't you? Right, I'm going to turn this off now because this sun's cocking everything up. Now I have noticed on the last couple of videos my camera's not focusing properly all the time. Well, it is focusing, but I think it's focusing on my windscreen somehow. I've got a stone chip on me right in the middle of my windscreen, and I'm wondering whether the camera's picking up on that and trying to focus on the stone chip and then blurring everything behind it. I don't know what's happening now, obviously, but if it does go blurry, I'm thinking it's picking up that stone chip and wants to show you the stone chip. The other thing, sometimes you'll look at a job and you'll see, like, this is about, I've had to come about 30 miles to come and pick it up from Darwin. So it's not, Skipton to Darwin's not that far, but it's took me an hour. It's like half the journey's on the motorway. And then the rest of the journey's on these, I'll say back roads, but the, you know, the primary A roads. But when it's all that stop and starting, you know, it brings your average speeds down to, well, 30 mile an hour. I'm gonna go. So I got back off my holidays last week, just had that week off, and I'd already got something planned for the Monday when I got back. And all it was shunting some stuff around the yard in the morning. So I went in the morning to shunt this stuff round. And then after about an hour of fiffing and a faffing with a customer, they decided they didn't yet want it doing. So I'll not say that cocked me Monday up, because I've billed them for my time for, you know, the time I was there. So what they said was, rather than fiffing and a faffing last week, rearrange it for this week, for this Monday, which was yesterday. So again, went in there yesterday, nothing had been sorted from the week prior, so they're still fiffing and a faffing about, and knocked it on the head again. So even though I did nothing yesterday, I've billed them for my time again yesterday morning. Then I was sat in the yard, it was really, really quiet. I had a ring round a couple of my direct customers who had nothing. I had a look online. I quoted quite a lot of jobs actually, but they must have been too high, and I didn't price them silly money. I just priced them at the, you know, what I consider the going rate, and got none of them. And then this one popped up. This one popped up quite late yesterday afternoon for first thing this morning. So quite a lot of people have already got the work sorted out for the following day. And obviously the people I'm doing this for don't want to let their customer down. That might be their customer, the customer might be on the other end, the customer might be a middleman somewhere, I don't know. They don't want to let them down. So the fact I quoted it, again, reasonable, everyday kind of price, and then they got back to me straight away, happy enough with the price, and got that. So yesterday was a washout, even though I earned some money, and this run's going to take me a full day today, but over the, you know, the money I get for this is like an average for 2 days anyway, so I'm kind of up on the deal, because I've got 2 average days and a morning out of doing 2 days. I just hope I can get something out of Devon, which I doubt. I might have to look towards, you know, Bristol and maybe Cardiff, Newport, just to see if there's anything going up to the Midlands, because it's going to be, you know, that's going to have to be a Wednesday collection really, because by the time I get down here and tipped, probably can't collect anything, you know, and I won't have a lot of time left, any driving time left anyway, maybe an hour or 2. So I'm looking at parking up around Ilfracombe somewhere. Is that where I said? I can't even remember where I'm going. Did I say Ilfracombe? No, I didn't, did I? Where am I going? Oh yeah, I am. Right, yeah. So I'm going to be parking around Ilfracombe and then looking for something to collect in the morning, which is Wednesday. But I have to get up to Uttoxeter for Thursday. So I've got like this evening and tomorrow morning to try and find something out of Devon up to, let's say, Staffordshire. But let's play that by ear when we get down there. Right, so I've decided I'm going to tootle all the way across here to the M6 and then down the M6, so I'll catch you a bit later. Right, back in Lancashire now. I don't know why I kept saying A65, it's A59, isn't it, this? Anyway, so even though I don't take much notice of the sat-nav until I'm on top of a delivery, even though I don't take much notice of the sat-nav until I'm on top of a delivery, because I tend to know where I'm going, this now's rerouted me across to the M6 via Clitheroe towards Preston, and there's no difference mileage is virtually the same, give or take a couple of mile, and the ETA is exactly the same. So as long as I don't get caught in anything now at the end of this when I join the M6, I think at this time in the morning this is the quickest way, because I'd have been held up only 5, 10, 15 minutes at Colne, and then I don't know what's happening around the M60 that's normally a nightmare anyway. So hopefully I chose the right decision. Well, I've made the right decision. And this is a bit nicer, isn't it, than driving through Colne and Birdley. Birdley. They roll their R's as well in Burnley, like they do in Blackburn. You know, the Dingles, when they have the Dingle Derby when they play football. You all thought Lancashire were terraced streets and mills, didn't you, and flat caps? Well, there's still a few flat caps knocking around. Well, there's still a few terraced streets knocking around, but that's, you know, obviously that's not all that's in Lancashire. Support the farmers. Do you think this time next year any of us will actually have any money, or do you think the government will have took it all off us? to control you. Because the more tax they take and the less money you have, the more reliant you are then on the government. And they've got you then, haven't they? You can't do anything without relying on them. So far so good. I'm just excuse me, we're just a couple of mile away now from the M6. I'm just conscious now of any traffic around that junction due to it being closed north. It's actually closed northbound, I believe, from the junction we're getting on at, even though we're going south. So I think people are coming off, going through Preston, maybe coming along here as well. I bet that's caused chaos because it's been shut since yesterday. That's if it still is shut. According to the radio it's shut, but they can be behind sometimes, can't they, with information like that. Oh, for God's sake. I bet this is, I hope this is the traffic lights. Please be the traffic lights. Don't be queuing past the traffic lights. It's queuing past the traffic lights. So this stretch of road now, this stretch of road is the stretch down to the junction of the M6. And you might recognise this junction, I think, from the last video when it was dark. Right, we've got through the traffic lights, hopefully. Oh, what we're going to say, hopefully this will carry on down this inside lane because this turns into the left only lane for the M6 a bit further down this hill, but it's moving, isn't it? Lamborghini. I wouldn't even have anything like that if I had the money. managed to get as far as Franklin though, where I've just had my break. We're approximately 4 hours away, so hopefully we don't get held up, otherwise that might cock the job up. But it's just been on the radio, there's a bump at Bristol and 2 lanes of this M5 are shut southbound, but hopefully by the time we get there that'll have all been sorted and cleared up. So all we can do now is plod.
I'm just going to nip in here and fuel up. I was going to wait till after I've done the delivery, but we've got time to fuel up, and I don't want to risk, because we've still got another 60 mile, so let's say 120 mile round trip to get back down here where the services are, where obviously I know I can definitely fuel up. So rather than risk it, and I've got a Shell card, so this has just popped up, ideal. Do I have to go in here for fuel, or do I just, I can't remember, it's that long since I've been down here. Or do I just go in and out, and fuel pumps are at the other end, I can't even remember. It must be on exit. It did say fuel on that sign, but I'll not say it's confusing. But it never says HGV, does it? It just says fuel. It says HGV in here, but it's HGV parking. That's good, there's no one in.
frankly, we're hammered. Let's get in the middle because I've got tanks on both sides, you see, so I can do them both. Right, we've got the go-go juice in. I can't see now what's around there. We're making good time anyway, we should be there about 4:15. I think I said earlier, I thought I'd try and get here for 4:30. I don't know going up to Ilfracombe whether to go through. I don't think I've ever been to Ilfracombe. I've been to Barnstaple before. And I think before you get to Barnstaple you can turn right off the main drag and go in what I'm assuming is the back way. It's an A road, I don't know what it is. Or you can go through Barnstaple and up. So I'm just umming and ahhing which way to go. I just might follow the signs for Ilfracombe. That's normally the best bet, innit? If you actually follow the road signs into a town or a village you're unfamiliar with, it's not going to take you off the beaten path, you know, rather than following your sat nav. Sometimes it tends to keep you on the main A road rather than the, let's say, the B classified A roads. Well, let's see anyway when we get up there. undecided. Is it Barnstable or is it this right turn here at this roundabout? I mean, we're still nearly an hour away, even though it's only 25 miles, so either way it's going to be slow, isn't it? Let's go. Let's imagine it's a scenic route. And it's signposted this way as well. And this is a primary A road, so that there shouldn't be any, well, there won't be any weight limits on it. Just might be a bit tight in places. I don't think I've been down here before. I might have years ago, I can't remember. There we go. It's going to be like this, isn't it, all where? With telegraph poles sticking out right where your mirror goes past. So much damage we can see on these telegraph poles from the mirrors. So all this dirt just off the side of the road, or is there a quarry around here? Because if there's a quarry and you're unfamiliar, you've got to be careful, because you're going to come across a lot of tippers. So just keep that in the back of your mind. You know, can you both get past, like on this bend now, if a tipper comes round, can we get past each other? So you just need to take it easy. Don't feel pressured into going too fast on roads like this, especially if you've got traffic behind you. this is a quarry, isn't it, on my left. Oh, it's a big one. No, I don't think I've ever been down this road before. I'd have remembered that. I think I'll come back through Barnstable. Tell you what, there's a lot of trees hanging over edge of road here and branches. Can you see here? We seem to be going uphill a lot, don't we, seeing as we're not far away from coast. Surely we're going to start going downhill shortly. widens a tiny bit here, doesn't it? So I'm going to slow right down. Pointless rushing for, you know, you'll end up losing a mirror. Right, hopefully it's all downhill from here. Right, so that road approaching from the left there at the roundabout is the road we would have come in if it had come through Barnstaple. Barnstaple. It's per Barnstaple. So that's the way we've got to go back. So we'd have ended up here and now on this really wide open road. Now at this roundabout I want immediate left and I don't think I'll get round. I'm going to have to go all the way around the roundabout, or, because I don't know how big the roundabout is, or just keep on driving into town. Look at mate, boy here with his main beam on. You've got your main beam on. Come on, come on. What an idiot. No choice ever, really. Thank you, Mr. Juicer. Oh, I won't be going. See where it says no left turn here? I won't be going up there. So I'm going to have to attempt to turn round here. Giving it a big donut. Well, you wouldn't know this were up here, would you? Just saw a sign for it down at the bottom with a picture of a truck. I don't know whether you noticed it, but right at the end of here is where we're delivering to. Oh, where are you going, matey boy? Can he? Can't get up. It's a bit of an odd one, isn't it? And it gets narrower. Blimey, Charlie. Right, let's see if I can read this without sun shining in my eyes. And you know what's weird? Well, not weird, unless there's an older bit of this. Obviously, Station Road and all those houses were here a long time before this place. Unless something else used to be here and they've knocked it down and rebuilt it. Right, let's... Right, we're here now anyway. I just need to inform the customer, so I'll leave it with you for now. So I've been unloaded, didn't film it because it was just literally 5 large pallets of brown boxes. So I figured out what this place is. Because I was thinking, I think I said on the way up, didn't I? It doesn't look like somewhere that get planning permission these days due to it being the top of the hill. But the clue's in the name. Because we're on Station Road and this used to be Ilfracombe railway station, which they closed in the early 1970s. So Ilfracombe doesn't have a railway station anymore. Not had one since the 1970s. Obviously this is the end of the line because it's the sea and it's not a coastline railway like you have in South Devon going through, you know, Dawlish and places like that. This just went straight through Barnstable this way. Yeah, come on, mate. So that's done. I've just had a break. I had about 50 minutes driving left. But it's an hour to back to M5 from here, so I've had another break, so I'm using my extra hour, and today so far I've done 8 hours and 10 minutes. So I'm just, what I want to do is get out of Ilfracombe, just park in a lay-by, just, and then decide what I'm gonna do. So let's get out of here. See, because obviously Ilfracombe's on the coast, you've got the town, and then you've got a big hill, so the railway just finished at, let's say, the top of the hill, and then went inland. I bet there's loads of drivers attempted to deliver to this place and been driving around in circles thinking it's not up here. Because I'd have done the same. I looked on Google Street View yesterday purely because it was Ilfracombe, and I'm thinking, well, it's not very industrial. You know, it's I'm assuming it used to be a fishing village. Right, so what I'm going to have to do now is whiz round this roundabout again and block all traffic. So just bear with me while I do that. So I don't know whether the guy's right in there, but he's told me there's nowhere to turn round. Once I get down here, so you need to screw it right roundabout. I can see marks in road where trailers have gone round as well. Now I've got an old couple walking behind me. I'm going to be going past Tiverton now, and a job's just popped up from Tiverton in morning. Well, it can be covered in the next 2 days just going to Plymouth, but it's an ADR load. They've only requested a 7.5 tonner, but they've put on it solar panels and things like that, but I know that solar panels are really heavy. So what I might do is quote the job running both ways just for tomorrow morning, but you never know. But I'll sort that out when we park up in a bit. Frustrating this, because the road's wide enough for a truck, but because of all these bushes on the left, they obviously scrape the side of the truck and scrape the mirrors, so you can't. So you've got to slow down. If they were cut back further, like they're supposed to be, you know, they're always parallel to edge and curb, you know, rather than just going back 6 inches from the curb. Because within a week, they're growing back into road, aren't they? If you cut them back further, you won't have to cut them back as often, and they won't be growing into road. Yeah, so this is the best road in and out. You live and learn, don't you? Do things once and then suss it out. Well, just it's a bit more traffic this way with it being well, it's nearly 6 o'clock now, so we probably won't actually. So if any drivers are watching, A361 from Barnstable up to Ilfracombe. If any bikers are watching, I can't remember A Road, there were a couple, weren't there? Go that way. Just watch out for that mud and stuff around the quarry. Just seen a sign for coach parking and HGV parking. Not a clue where it is. But as usual, when you see things like that, you'll start following them. Here we are. Long and short stay. Let's see. Let's just go and have a look and see where it is. What normally happens, you'll follow something like that, like I'm doing now. So it's signposted in front of us over there, and then signs will just disappear. Or it's not even a car park, a lorry or a coach park anymore. Oh no, it's signposted on this roundabout here. Across the roundabout and first right. Wrong lane. Oh, I'm pissing good lane. Sometimes it's these bloody ladies. Oh, for God's sake! See what I mean about trees? It's not going to be here, is it? I bet that sign was round. I bet that sign spun round on that bloody lamppost. Oh no. Oh, I'm not going in there. Bloody Tesco. I wonder if has he been fishing? No. Oh, it's there, look. So what a plonker I am. I drove along the road down the side of Tesco. Didn't see this sign for the lorry parking, and I drove in that yard over there, can you see? And it wasn't until I was in there, I couldn't find anybody, there was no one knocking around. And then I noticed these parking up, and as I turned out of across the road, there's a sign there, that's the back of it, but obviously it's facing the wrong way because I've gone from that side, I've come across from where Tesco is, going that way. That sign, you can only see the back of it when you drive past it. And then on there, where those people are stood, you'd think there'd be another sign, wouldn't you, pointing in here, and there's nothing. So if anybody needs anywhere in Barnstable, follow the signs till you get down side of Tesco and then turn left. Right, it's going dark, we'll call it a day. I'll do my stuff, suss out whether or not I need pay. It says a tenner, I think, for... I just saw it then say 20... I can't remember what it said when I turned in to turn around, so I'll go and check. I'll probably let you know in the morning. So cheerio for now. it's now Wednesday morning. That place is 10 quid for parking. You just pay at a machine. Obviously no facilities. So I've been up a couple of hours. I've been looking online. Haven't seen anything really, which isn't a surprise because I wasn't expecting to get anything, you know, out of Devon unless, you know, I don't know, I'm not saying an oddball job came up, but something came up kind of immediately. You know, there's a couple of jobs on there, you know, collecting tomorrow, collecting at the end of the week, all that kind of stuff, but because you know, there's not a lot of industry or anything down here, it's quite difficult getting loads back out. So when you do quote jobs down to Devon and Cornwall, you've got to factor that in with a bit of empty running out, which obviously I've done, so it's no great shakes that now I'm leaving Barnstable empty. Because I've not got anything at the moment, and I might not get anything, I'll probably end the video now and just have this one, you know, just have this one job as a video, because I know my recent videos have been of all week, haven't they? And they kind of drag on. I know some of you might like that, but you know, I watch them back and I do, you know, there's odd comments, and in addition to that, I think they do drag on a bit, but you know, let's say a week in the life, it is going to drag on. So what I might start doing now is the next few videos just being one-off jobs like this, but let me know in the comments whether you prefer the shorter videos like this with the, I'll not say oddball jobs on, but just, you know, individual jobs, or the really long drawn out videos showing all week. I mean, the all week videos I can probably break down into 2 and 3. But if I do that, it's going to take forever, innit? 2 or 3 videos, you know, because it's going to end up, how often do I post if I've got 2 or 3 videos and it's the time to do it? So I think doing a week in the life and all I'm doing is driving up and down the M6 isn't very, you know, it doesn't make that, you know, that good a viewing, does it really? So just let me know, because I know this one's probably dragged on and it's only one day. So as normal, thanks for watching, I do appreciate it. And I'll see you next time I don't have a run up and down the M6. Cheerio, keep it real.